Well, happy spring break, everyone. My name is Bobby D, and welcome to Heart of the Gala video podcast. And it is a beautiful, bright, sunshiny, warm day here on Long Island, and it is time to head to the pool. Hey there.
What you doing?
It's podcast time. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, what are we podcasting?
We're podcasting about paddle numbers.
I love them.
Yes, you love them. Why would you love a piece of cardboard with a number on it?
How many podcasts do you have to pick up that piece of paper? Everyone?
Everyone, it's a thing. It's a drinking game. That's right. For you watching at home or at the office, it is afternoon. I mean, yeah. And it is spring break. They could have a beverage every time.
I love paddle numbers because they encourage people in a room to be excited about giving.
Yes. Good one.
Thank you.
Good one. Are you going to the pool?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to the pool. Or you want to hang
You
out?
want to be in my podcast?
Oh,
Want to be in the podcast?
Come on, we'll share the microphone. Look at this. This is totally impromptu-ness. Anyways, today we are talking about why are you still using paddle numbers or paddles, bid paddles, auction paddles, cards with papers, or the ones with the sticks? Why? Why are you still using them?
Because they're the most effective way to do fundraising in a room.
But everyone has a phone. Why can't we just use the phone?
Oh, I see.
See where we're going with this
I see
now?
this.
Yeah. So why do we still use paddles?
So, if you hold the paddle up in front of my face again, I'll bite you. It's analog.
Analog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything's digital these days.
Yeah, but when you're in a room, in a space, then you want the space to come alive on its own. The minute you take people out of the space, they leave. It's like sitting down at your kitchen table and having a family dinner and everybody being on their phones. They're not connected to the family space.
Ah.
So it's
There's someplace else.
Yeah, they're checking their whatevers on the universe in their hands.
Yeah.
And so then they're not present with you. And it's the same thing with paddles. It's the same thing with them being in the room with you. You want them to it keeps distracting me.
I know you're easily distractible.
I want to just call out your number and make a donation.
And that's it as well too. There's a distraction. Now you brought up a great point there that we want to keep. I mean, we spend so much time and energy talking about storytelling, talking about impact messaging, talking about the right testimonial speaker and when they're going to speak and how they're going to speak and what is that final note that they're going to end on. And what happens when you then say, all right, that was absolutely beautiful, and you make the pitch, and all right, everybody, please pull out your phones. It's a distraction then. It takes everyone out of that moment that we spent so much time and energy and money to create.
It's the same reason casinos don't have clocks.
What? Why?
Yeah, because if people see what time it is, they're going to go to bed. They pump in the oxygen. They make you think it's noontime and it's 3 a.m. just to keep you spending money.
Jack and Cokes for everybody.
Yeah, keep you having a good time, feeling good, feeling alive. And that's what the paddles are doing, is keeping the movement going, keeping the excitement. I know that there are some technology platforms out there that, and there's some places where that makes sense.
Right. And we are not knocking technology donating.
No, I don't think you should. But I do think that there has not been, and we've talked about this, I have a dream, but there's not been a way that the paddles have been replaced by the phones in the equivalent of giving.
Right. In as you said, it's the analog, it's the visual, it's the action that it feels so good.
It does feel good.
It feels good. So when we have that
It also
audience,
inspires other people to see it. When they see it's like the slow clap.
yeah.
Putting your paddle up is like the slow clap.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I gotta start joining. I gotta join too. Where's my paddle too?
Yeah. And there's actually there's actually a biochemical reason why paddles work real good. Do you know why?
Why?
So anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the world, when someone kicks a soccer goal or makes a basket, what do?
Olay.
Yay! I win. That's just like natural. It doesn't matter what culture you're in. It's a human response to when you win, you put your hands in the air and you're like, yay. So what it actually does is it makes you feel good when you put your hand in the air. Did you know that?
It sure does make me happy.
It does. So
Victory pose.
yeah, that's why we do that. And so when people are raising their paddles and putting them in the air, it releases endorphins, it releases dopamine, and it makes people feel good. And also, like you said, it makes people feel like they are a part of a community. They feel like they are a part of something bigger. And the number also serves another purpose.
Identification.
That's it.
I knew it.
Look,
I got this.
Yeah, she looked into my eyes and she's like, I know exactly what you're going to say. We share the same brain, by the way, sometimes. So identification, I mean, but it's a card with a number on it. How do you identify people?
Well, I like there's two folds for this identification. It gives people a nameless recognition, which
Right.
can be very important.
Very
This
important.
is where people are like, oh, we have shy donors, or people that don't want their name said. And that can happen. And so there are often times where the number just makes everybody an equal.
That's right.
It's like a uniform. Everybody's got
Yep.
the same card. Everybody's part of the same team. We're all here for the same reason. Then you also have the card is attached to the person's name. So when they check in, they register, their name is attached to their number. So it's like their ID number. And so when they hold up their card, it is saying, okay, Erin is holding up her card. That is her identification. Now, Bobby works sometimes with like an in-ear monitor and they are telling him names of people. When they hold up a card, I hold up this card. They're like,
See, it's addicting, isn't it? You just want to
oh,
raise the card.
that's Erin Ward holding her card up. And he's like, thank you, Erin. Or there are auctioneers that'll use sheets. There are ways if you have an audience that wants to be identified. Now, this will stop too when you have the scrolling names on the screen. You can do that with paddles, number
Yes.
one, if you want that in your audience.
Yep.
If you don't want that in your audience, then you don't have to put that. But if you have scrolling names up on the screen and somebody starts putting anonymous, it is a buzzkill.
Right. They're like, is that, I mean, it's,
You've added shame to the giving.
you've added shame to the giving, but you've also added the anonymity to that to where there's no person behind the gift. You're also pulling out trust from the fundraising, and it kind of adds a little like, okay,
So
adds
I
a
would
question.
say like either no, everybody wants their names said, or everybody doesn't, and figure out if there's some people that are going to make gifts that don't want their name said. There are ways to work around that, absolutely,
Yes.
and ways to identify them without saying their
Yes.
exact name. This is good for major donors who don't necessarily want everybody to know they're making major gifts. Or it's good for major donors that want everybody to know they're making major gifts and to inspire other people, especially money management people. They like really want to double their donations. They want to make their money grow. So if holding up my card will inspire somebody else to hold up their card, then I'm going to hold my card up.
And we'll get into another podcast about this, talking about the 3 wallets of philanthropy. But this is a great way that you could actually have someone raise their paddle twice. One time on behalf of their company or their corporation, and whichever executive they're the leader of, and then the second one from their personal wallet of fundraising. That everyone has their fundraising budget through the year. So there's ways that they can give multiply, and as well, if someone wants to make more than one gift, how easy is that? Just raise your paddle again. Yeah.
I also want to talk about the fact that analog giving stops the issue if your Wi-Fi goes down. And I know everybody says it doesn't happen.
Erin, so why didn't you most recently
you just have a mic scratch moment?
Yeah. Most recently, share this with us. This is good.
So we had a VIP gala where there were paddles. Everything went fantastic. We had a lot of giving in the VIP area. It's a phone call. And then, hold on, I gotta check see, it takes me out of the room right there and then.
Out of the moment.
So everything was great. Then we went into the big area where we had a lot of new people and a lot of new giving. And here I was up on stage, the screen, the names rolling.
It was a symphony space.
It was wonderful and it was set for success. But last year, same thing. But because last year this happened, they actually talked to a major cell phone provider.
One of the top 3.
They got new systems put in. We had to say their name 10 billion times about how they had made this major Wi-Fi and cell updates. And here I am on stage and the gifts are not coming in. It's like just, the same names are being rolled up there. And I'm like, could somebody just make a gift to make me feel better so I know this program is working? And I'm in front of 2,000 people.
Just doing the tap dance, the fundraising tap dance.
And talking about mission, talking about everything I can talk about. And they start screaming out that there's no cell service. And I was like, oh, but are you on our cell provider who has updated everything? And they're like, yes. And at that point, we realized there was absolutely nothing that could be done to recapture. And I will tell you that when we started that part of the program, our speech was great. We got everybody excited and it's a very dark room and everybody looked like this, where their faces are lit up with the cell phone. So we know people were actively looking
ready to go.
and ready to bid and give their gifts. but then it crashed, and now the program starts, and now many hours later they're getting text reminders, don't forget to submit your gift, and
They're out of the
they're
moment.
they're pissed.
They're out of the moment. They're like, you just
They're out
wasted
of
my
the
time.
moment, but they're also annoyed that like they had to do this. I mean, it's like when you go to do something really simple like sync your wallet on your phone and you have to like verify and go through these emails and go through
Another
these
password.
yeah, it's like it gets annoying to the point where you're like, I'm just not even gonna buy it.
Yeah,
I don't even care
They call
anymore.
that fundraising friction. So when
So
this
you want it
happened,
Amazon Easy.
that's right. You want it Amazon Easy. So when that happened and you're on stage as a professional fundraising MC, what do you
I'm
do?
not telling that story.
Oh no, this is okay. This
This is not okay.
this is an adult audience.
No, I made a very funny joke. It was very appropriate in this space. It was very appropriate for who I was, where I was,
Right.
and what was happening.
was,
Luckily, I am good on my feet,
it was-
and we had a great time,
It was no ship moment.
and it was awesome. But I also told everyone to meet me outside after the event, where I would be having a glass of martini. I would be having a martini, and people bought me martinis
my
as we made
gosh.
gifts afterwards. But I think that they're in the room with 2,000 people. A few $1,000s was raised. It was not anywhere near the significance that they could have made.
They missed, or that service made this room miss their golden goosebump moment. They had it.
Oh, they had the moment. They just
They
lost
didn't-
a lot of money.
They didn't optimize it. They didn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, they had the goosebumps. I mean, it was so beautiful. Everything was literally flawless of this gala.
So if they had paddles, could you have done a paddle raise?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've done them in big galas, in like before concerts or something.
Yeah.
I've had them on the back of programs.
And you had a great team there that totally could have
Oh,
captured
yeah.
all the numbers. And
Well, that's important too, is that we bring a team that can read numbers. It's funny, we have this event coming up this week, and the paddles, because it's a tasting event, we're making them pocket size so they fit into your lapel pocket. So it's a long, skinny paddle with a number on top.
Stay tuned to Instagram. We'll put that
And
photo of that.
Yeah. They're like, well, are you going to be able to see? And I was like, yeah, I have a team in the space. Like, we know how to communicate and write everything down. Plus, we bring a team of recorders.
So we can recode the numbers. Okay, so there's a couple more things we want to talk about. When we talk to clients, they're always concerned. Like you brought up a good point of the paddle going in the chest pocket of the men and their
It's called a lapel pocket.
their
Yeah.
lapel pocket. And why do you want to put it in the lapel pocket and not just give like a big number like
Well, this
this
is
or
a tasting
giant
event,
number?
and they're walking around
So
the
they're
entire
eating and
event.
drinking?
Yeah, there's going to be
Okay.
wine tastings. There's
Okay.
food tastings. There's no seat. There's no place to put it down. In fact, I really like it when they're on tables in the center and they pass them around. And
Nice.
because I think walking around with numbers can be cumbersome, and that is the one pushback we get from boards. Like, oh, it's so annoying to carry my paddle. But you're carrying like a cell phone this big, so you can figure it out.
Almost the same.
Yeah.
It's almost the same. And my favorite part about the paddles is that instantaneous gratitude that you can show to that donor. Like when I read off that number, here, hold that up for me. Oh my gosh, number 123. Thank you so much
Oh, eye
for your
contact.
donation.
I love that.
It's that eye contact.
That is something that I really enjoy too, the eye contact, and when they get so excited.
Yeah.
And they just really feel like you've really seen them.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great feeling. I mean, who doesn't want to be seen?
I mean, that's what donors want. That's why they're there. That's why
That's
they're
what
raising the paddles.
everybody wants.
Everybody wants that.
Everybody wants to be seen and acknowledged, and this is a great opportunity for it. When they are holding their cart, when they're giving on their phones or in other ways, or maybe the envelopes on the tables,
Which nobody fills out, by the way.
you can't acknowledge them personally.
No.
And not in that moment, not in this major thing that they've entrusted, this major gift, this moment. Even when their names are up on the screen and you're like, thanks, John Smith. I don't know where you are in the sea of hundreds of people, but thanks wherever you are. It doesn't feel as
And kind of just
personal.
gets tumbled over, and yeah. And you're right, it gets missed. That
does.
that chance to instantaneously say thank you, like authentically, that was really what it's about.
So this is what you're doing down here, just making podcasts, huh?
Yeah, we're just podcasting. We had to go to the pool.
I'm going to a hot tub.
Oh, you're going to the hot tub. Okay. Well, I have to go get my hair cut, and then I'll meet you at the hot tub. But I figured this would be a great time to have this conversation, which we have yet to have. I've been thinking about this podcast for years and years and years, and that we get to talk
All right,
about
so
paddles.
here's my paddle rules. 3-digit numbers, not 4, not 2, not 1. 3-digit numbers. They're the easiest to say. There's a lot of reasons for it. 3-digit numbers. Size is important.
Size matters?
White cards with black numbers. I know you all want to get frilly and pretty on them, but please don't. Not if somebody's reading them from stage. Blue and red are not easy to read numbers. They don't have to have a stick. They don't have to be a church fan style. They can
Stop
be.
killing trees.
Oh, I don't mind the sticks.
I hate the sticks.
All right, so we have personal opinions on the sticks. But you can make them frilly. You can make them fancy. You can make them long and skinny and they fit in the lapel pocket. You can make them like this. Just a recent group just told us that they use doorknob holders.
Oh, the door hangers.
Door hangers. So it hangs on your wrist as you're walking around. There's no reason you can't put a name also on the paddle. So if it gets dropped, they know what their name is.
Okay.
You can also sell your
What?
paddles. You can have it branded. That's a good
Branded, look at
right?
that.
You can put your branding on the back of it. You can put your live auction items on the back of it. You can put missions on the back of it. You can put thank yous on the back of it. You can use this space for a lot of different opportunities.
Your paddles can actually make you money before the event.
True story.
10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever.
Who doesn't want their name?
Right here. Sell this. This is valuable real estate.
Yeah. And if you're not selling it, then mission it. Make it all about you.
Yes, put your mission messaging back there. One of my favorite back of cards was a Montessori school had children design the back of the cards, and they actually drew on the front of the cards. It was really cute.
Nice.
Yeah, but yes, please be creative, but at least have 3-digit numbers that we can see from back of the room and whatnot. So, any other thoughts on? We good? Yeah.
Hi, podcast people. Bye, podcast people.
Where can podcast people find you?
They can find me anywhere. Apparently, my son told me if you Google me, I'm everywhere.
Yes,
Otherwise, you can just find me at Star Auctions on my Instagram.
Or the other one?
Gala Auctioneer.
Yes, Galaxy. Okay. All right. We'll have fun at the
I'm not going to a pool. It's
Hot
New
tub.
York.
Hot tub. She's going to the hot tub. Anyways, thank you for joining us. That was a surprise guest. Thank you. Wow, that was a pleasant surprise. Well, everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Remember, please use the paddle. Use the paddle. Never underestimate the power of the paddle. That's right, because perfect paddles, perfect preparation with perfect paddles makes perfect fundraising, I hope. Anyways, but again, my name is Bobby D with Heart of the Gala. You can follow me on Instagram at Bobby D Auctioneer and follow Inspire Hearts at I Inspire Hearts on Instagram. But again, please, if you are watching this here on the LinkedIn, hey, everybody, please leave a comment, leave a question that you have about paddles. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave a comment, all of that stuff. If you're on Facebook, please share that, like it, put a comment in there, save it, do all the other Facebook things. And if you are on Apple or Spotify and you could leave a review, we would love you. I mean, we already love you, but we would like extra love you. So please go ahead and do that. But yes, thank you again so much for spending time with us today, learning how to raise more money within your gala and making a bigger impact within your community. Again, Bobby D, Heart of the Gala. I'm going to the hot tub after my haircut. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.